make more videos of this stupidity. It is really bad. What you're seeing here is something you're familiar with. Yes, Billie Eilish. If you've seen my videos at this point, you know that I'm being gaslighting to try to be subscriptive of this persona, using this person here. This is one of the biggest singer, and let me just say that as I'm saying that, people are saying, you're done, it's over, you've been finished. And this is one of the reasons why I'm finished. Let me just say this, if you don't know who Billie Eilish is, you're one of the few people who don't. Billie Eilish is one of the most popular singer in the United States of America, actually in the world. Actually, the truth is, I didn't even know Billie Eilish that well. I didn't know her very well. I knew she was some kind of singer. I didn't know how big she was, but she's really, really one of the biggest singer, most popular person in the world in regard to music. You see her there. Now, the way they've been trying to make me identify to these manipulations have even used the evidence of Billie Eilish, which has been rewired and manipulated. But what's the most disturbing part is this fucking clowns around you. For me, they have teenage retards. I'm sorry if I keep using the word retardation. What else can you call this? These clowns, as expected, are not the most mature people. Childlike retards that utilize anything possible. Let me just calm myself down because I want myself to be composed as I'm saying this. I'm being told I'm being framed by children. The children framing me think that this is one of their validation, that what they're doing is just a brave, daring thing. That the fact that they've put this narrative with Billie Eilish, the one of the biggest singer in the world, gives them that energy, that drive to properly frame me. And they're like, girls. And Billie Eilish, and the way they've put this narration toward Billie Eilish is the validation that they're protecting girls. Target visual. I'm hearing these clowns talking to me right now, trying to negate how stupid and obvious this bullshit is. Today, what's happening? The reason why she said girls is what's happening is I'm being manipulated in this program that attacks the mind and the consciousness. They manipulate target visual to have experiences that are degrading, stimulations and all kind of stuff toward children, from the little girls to the older kids. As I'm saying that, they try to mess with me. Then they try to come up with the things, the evidences that apparently is the evidence. One of the evidence here, as I'm hearing a loud whipping noise, is the biggest singer, Billie Eilish, and how they've put these things together. Saying, we're not manipulating you. See how you looked at Billie Eilish in this way. And it's been falsified, created, manipulated, changed in every way to say, like, no, we're not compromising your mind. We're not manipulating your brain in this way. We're not attacking your consciousness or your brain. Billie Eilish is one of our investigative validation. These clowns are so disgusting. And then they're we're gonna put you in a prison after I pretend to get raped. They have children. You've seen pictures of these clowns. You've seen the picture of how sad and pathetic these teenage kids are. They're getting hyped by other people, grown men and women, thanking this retard, saying, "Yeah, you are." The last, you see the last. They start calling they're Billie. They're like they're Billie. as in Billie Eilish. These clowns, as within, they play within this character. Let me just say this again. The way they want me to subscribe to it is to really fully be committed to this stupidity. These clowns are retarded on target visual. I am validating in ways that's so obvious. This trash not only do this manipulation, but they torture children, by the way. And what they have to respond with is this stupidity. Utilizing one of they falsified to the nth degree. My goodness, for when they were starting working with this bill, it was like months of them forcing me to get dreams. They even made me have dream stimulation, all of to change on a pop singer. On a pop, matter of fact, they made me swallow like a nervous swallow. On one of the most popular pop singer to be like, no, we're just researching and and we're mapping, we're not manipulating your brain to have this experience. Look, Billie Eilish. You see how you looked at her and twisted it around. Matter of fact, some guy was doing this as they were messing with me, wanting me to have these dialogues. They've twisted it. Matter of fact, if I say that right now, they're waiting so they can be like, oh my gosh, that's proof. Now, if you want to see how they've twisted Billie Eilish in the story, go watch my videos about Billie Eilish. It's been years of the same thing. I think the first time was 2021. When 2025 about to be 2026. And they try to play with my brains like, no, but you see, you think she's pretty and this and that. Stupidity. And try to really make me, and they were making me imagine, especially in this picture, make me imagine something sexual. I was like, anyways. And they also try to have this mental battle, like, well, how old is she in this picture? Is she like an adult here? Is she like whatever it is? These clowns are retards. Then try to make me think that this is just the evidence that they're not manipulating my brain. These clowns even manipulate toward Billie Eilish, but it's not even the worst. They're doing that to the babies. And wanting me to no, Billie Eilish are little girls. Are girls. Fucking retards. To make me think that we're not making you have these experiences. We're not compromising your mind. Billie Eilish. And when I say compromising my mind, I'm saying attacking my mind. My consciousness. Like this Japanese man. I love that, they're bringing that guy up. He's, this person that you're going to see is a Japanese TI who just brought up his testimonial. We actually were in the same videos together. I was part of the 2020 TI Day awareness, and he talks about how they attacking his consciousness and his thought process, which is what they do to a lot of target video. But he's in Japan, he's saying that in Japanese. This trust no, we're on to something. Our research shows that Billie Eilish, you see how you looked at her, and it's been years of manipulation, by the way. But there's some guys here who really, I want them, I love when they just have to watch this stupidity in real time. And they have this man child who's an ultimate childlike retard. Who's the most out there. It's yeah, no, a child. He's they're gonna have a child or children pretend they get raped, and they're gonna have this as one of the barrier in their back to things no, this is part of the investigative work, delusional trash. And then try to have mental dialogues in my brain. No, you just falsified this thing. But on top of that, you talk about a freaking pop star of Billie Eilish, and you're gonna have a child retarded who's gonna think I have potential too. It's magical. Magical. And then try to make me think, you see, we're not manipulating you, Billie. I heard this clown come out, was I'm allergic to bullshit. So I can subscribe to her shit. Taking me, Joe, stay strong. I'd rather die in hell than thank God I'm not here. Oh yeah, girls, Billie. These clowns are. That's what I say. Sometimes it's like I swear, there's a mixture of comicalness and agitation that you deal with as a talking video. It's like you don't know what you should laugh or cry or scream. And they have these clowns here. It's like, yeah, no, we're there. It's over. And they think that this Billie Eilish, and they come up thinking like, oh, well, Billie, this is not fair. Billie. I pretend like you like these retards are they fuck their life up. And they really think this they're just like mid-sentence. Okay. I'm not trying to mock and make fun of people who's mentally challenged, but they're not mentally challenged for real. But it's almost like they are. As I'm saying that it's like they almost are, but they're not. They sound like they are, but they're not. Just try to gaslight you. It's like, no, I'm not fair. It's you, not fair. I'm allergic to bull. Then you have the clowns that like, I have to mimic their face. I can't even imagine them being serious doing that. Then you hear the other ones, they're like, just like, yeah, we got you. Please see how stupid these things are for me. How many videos you heard about Billie? Yes, Billie Eilish, the popular, the biggest, one of the biggest singer in the world. Clowns. He said, yeah, that potential. Talk about it. No, and then the next thing is like, no, the Game of Thrones season 1. How did she? Yeah, teenagers. Because today what they're doing, they manipulate my brain. So what they're trying to do as they manipulate my brain is to make me identify with this manipulation. And utilizing this evidence I'm not being manipulated. And I was about to wrap up this video, and they were trying to bring up more things in the midst of them creating these like storylines with Billie Eilish and me, I guess, getting immersed in the stupidity. They're even bringing up when I saw like picture of Billie Eilish was like even a young little teenager, and it was and obviously today when I look at kids whatever age, from the babies to the older kids, they force these perceptions and disturbing things, and they're bringing up how they made me perceive her when she was like an even younger little girl, like, and just when she was still like a girly, but like trying to make me, and it's like Jesus, and they recreating that in my brain, giving me perception of her that's sexual and this, and try to use the things that make me perceive today in this fashion as their validation, and be like, yeah, yeah, girls, and then send the fucking clowns in this. I call them clowns. I don't even call them perps, because they become clowns. They're not clowns to make you funny, make you laugh. They're clowns because the retardation they use is just insane. And bringing up the things they manipulated you as they were dumbing you down in this retardation of Billie Eilish. Talking visuals, stay strong. These clowns will get theirs. There's some retarded kids that they even come up with their little fantasized things like, yeah, I would have potential. Stay strong.
ジャパン、名前はシンです。幻聴や幻覚でない音声や映像の発生、それから遠隔マインドコントロールテクノロジー、神経活動、身体活動、意識や思考への操作や妨害、攻撃。ジャパン、名前はシンです。幻聴や幻覚でない音声や映像の発生、それから遠隔マインドコントロールテクノロジー、神経活動、身体活動、意識や思考への操作や妨害、攻撃。
You do that, you can control them using neurolinguistic programming techniques. You're rewiring their thought processes and brains. And so this gets into what's called offensive information warfare. And they used it, I believe, in the Gulf War. You can call it a eugenics program even. But also walk them to their They want to see if they can hyper game theory. How do you, they want to see if they can manipulate people to do things that are irrational, but also walk them to their death. And so you can call it a eugenics program even. And they need to sample all cultures, language throughout the world to define their probability matrices of which tricks, techniques, deception works. So how do you control the brain? Most people don't believe that. Well, you can't control me. I have my own free will.
V2K, or voice to skull. This involves the projection of voices, noises, and music directly into my mind to communicate with me in real time and at the speed of thought. And it also includes the manipulation of thoughts, emotions, and perceptions in the person's mind. Additionally, the targeting is all highly perverted and sexual, as well as just
It is dramatic. It's somebody trying to end my life. It's somebody trying to end who I am as a person. It's somebody trying to take over my mind, putting thoughts of pedophilia. This disgusting things. You saw where I was going with that first word. Disgusting things that I don't even want to talk about because it makes me sick. I don't even like those words in my mind. But it is what it is. So I have no choice now but to acknowledge that there are people in my surroundings or whatever they're doing. I don't know how they do it. I don't care. I don't know if it's through weapons. I don't know. I don't care.
This is a common breakdown tactic of belief systems and the human will. In no-touch torture, the techniques are more psychologically specialized for each target. Most common examples include homosexual targets that are forced with voices that are derogatory to their lifestyle and similar mental images. Almost all targets are forced to view child pornography in their minds. And vice versa.
They use these monarch-style torture programs, like it's based on sex and trauma. So they're gonna traumatize you. They're gonna use your libido to get back at you, and
this technology can be used to sexually manipulate the target. It can make the target feel sexual arousal.
experience what is referred to as malodorance. This is the alteration of the smell sensation so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat of planted dreams and form of torture. They coordinate the voice. I really mean extreme. I experienced an entire night with forced spontaneous orgasms repeatedly all through the night, one right after another, with maybe around 1 hour of sleep or so, as I lay immobilized in my bed.
In my mind, I can hear my own voice. I told them I'm going to make you pay for all of the years of torture that I've taken, and all you are going to me and my family. Ben said the slaves began a program of perversion. First was with my dog. I am very playful with my pet, and suddenly one day that I was petting him I felt strange, in the sense of the word. I thought, this is strange, and then afterwards that strange sensation continue. Then in that moment I realized that was impost, so I thought, look at this losers, don't know how to put me down, and they are doing this. So I told them that I know what you are trying to do, and I started laughing, and then I said again out loud, you'll never take my will, ass, so just to show them that I meant what I said, I kept playing with my dog, and even though that attacks continue, I don't let them get me. Today they continue with the programming of perversion, but this time they are aiming in the use of people, better said young people, also children and homosexuals. When I aggravated them I used impose any information on the brain of a person, presumably by some kind of waves, which in the mind take the form of voices, thoughts and images and imagination. In addition to this kind of implanting information that they need, they manipulate the psyche so that the information is written into your memory. Then by stimulating the certain regions in the brain they can retrieve this information and present it as your own memory. This is the conclusion that can be made judging by the influence they have been making on me with their psychotronic weapons, for example artificial thoughts, imagination, and mental torture.
I also often see highly disturbing pornographic images and videos, including highly disturbing pedophilia type of images and videos when I close my eyes.
Be my guess that this person developed delusional disorder. This is a paranoid schizophrenia. But first of all, nobody develops paranoid schizophrenia in the 50s, in their 50s. This is, if you haven't developed it by 30, it's not. Then this technology exists. These nefarious programs exist. And it's hard to imagine for a person that why would you do something like this? But if you think about the new type of warfare,
cognitive warfare.
Exactly. It's a cognitive warfare. You don't have to kill people that you are fighting against. You can just degrade their brain. You can,
you alter their minds.
Yeah, alter their minds.
Personalities.
And it's like Chinese torture. I mean, okay, so.
ジャパン、一新です。幻聴や幻覚でない音声や映像の発生、それから遠隔マインドコントロールテクノロジー、神経活動、身体活動、意識や思考への操作や妨害、攻